and go.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'd like to speak to you about my product, the DigiQ. But before I start, I'd really like to explain to you, those of you who don't know, what an EQ is. EQ is short for equalizer, and equalizers are used in almost any higher-end stereo system to make your music sounds better, fuller, richer, just deeper. So any real audiophile will use these. But there's a lot of intrinsic problems with them, namely a lack of features. You only have a few knobs on them, and you can adjust them only so much. Plus, good products are bulky and ridiculously expensive. So my product, the DigiQ, has developed a solution to both of those problems. Now, it is a completely digital, fully programmable device. You can put in any feature or any presets you want. You can adjust any frequencies you like, which is something that you can't do with normal ones. It gives you just such a wide range of accessibility. It's also, because it is a digital product, the price margin drops a lot. I plan on building each of these between $100 and $150 and selling them for $800. Now, $800 might seem like a lot for a piece of equipment, but most EQs these days that are at the same level as mine cost between $5,000 and $10,000. Mine also has a bunch of additional features that most don't have. The one thing it has a built-in crossover, which is a device that you usually need a separate system for. This thing, it supports up to 11 speakers, which is enough for any high-end theater, and it is fully programmable again. And so it should be quite marketable to any audiophiles that know what they're talking about. Thank you.
Thank you. And you finished with 10 seconds to spare, so anything we might recommend to you, you can still slip in there without...
Well, Nick, that was a huge improvement over this morning's class, which was your first, I said, let's just try it. Have you practiced since then?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, well, it was an improvement. You're getting better.
Yeah, I took your advice into account. So.
Yeah, but that you just needed, it was like an icebreaker, sticking your toe in the water.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, your pacing was good. You hit the high points. I think, though I'm a complete idiot about electronics, I think I understand what your product is and what it does and why I would want to buy it. I guess I would still be a little astonished that it would sound as if going from a $5,000 piece of equipment to an $800 piece of equipment, that there's an enormous margin for electronics manufacturers who make high-end equalizers. Is that the case? And is that what accounts for the difference? Or are you saving cost by making this with cheaper components? Where's that $4,000 difference coming from?
Neither of your statements are exactly correct.
Okay.
Like I said, it's digital, which is something that just hasn't been done before.
All right.
And because computer chips are so cheap, normally when you have a regular EQ, they have all kinds of expensive sliders. You need gold contacts in them. Everything is just built to this ridiculous standard. Plus, there's a serious upcharge that the music industry does.
Right.
So they're actually not even that expensive to build, but when a company like JBL or any huge speaker manufacturer builds them, they need to go through middlemen, and they need to get the parts from all over the place. They need to build it and assemble it, and by the end, they are looking to make a lot of money. So my products, first of all, of course, it's just between me and the consumer at this point. And they're just so cheap to make. You don't even need to use such cheap components. Like, all it really needs is a few knobs. It actually has a touchscreen built in too, which is getting a lot cheaper these days, and it needs a computer chip.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a great answer. I would have kept it a little shorter and said it's the components and the lack, fewer bells and whistles, fewer knobs, and fewer expensive parts that include gold components. And I think that's a terrific answer to that question. So.
Nick, you need to focus. We talked this morning about the problem, because this is for high-end stereo people. It's not for everybody. You need to just say that and tell exactly the problem, and I'm trying to remember if you mentioned this morning, you talked about you've actually taken 2 machines and putting them into one. So you've got to really focus on the problems, because your judges, if you're lucky, 1 out of 4 of them may understand something about high-end. So, but that doesn't mean you can't convince them that there are people out there. So you just have to think through that, how you would explain, there is a problem, and I've got the solution, and it's so much cheaper. It's great value for people.
Picking up on that particular point, I happen to be an audiophile, but we're about 5% of the total market. When you first were starting out, I was thinking you were talking about a digital, a DAC, a digital audio converter. And what you're doing may experience, I mean, because theoretically you're using an equalizer to reduce the compression in a CD.
Oh, not exactly. No, it's an EQ that you can change it. You can put in whatever frequency you want. So, you know, your average EQ usually jumps from, I mean, mine, for example, it starts at 31, and then 62, then, you know, it doubles. So mine, if you want to adjust, you know, 20 hertz, you can't do that. But the one I built, you can program in that 20 hertz adjustment, you change it, and you can do 22 hertz.